Welcome to Live, Laugh, Chat, a podcast with Alexis and Becca. Join us as we talk about family, friends, life, and more. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram under Live, Laugh, Chat Podcast.
Should I play it again?
No, you shouldn't.
I haven't hit it twice.
I'm sorry, so friends. We have an extra sassy
You
friend in the house today.
Dragged me out of my
by her toes.
Cozy bed.
I just like to say that I tried to do this podcast yesterday, sponsored by the hurricane. We were both home. Hurricane was ready to sponsor us, hook us up, and she's like, "I thought we were doing it tomorrow." And I was like, "Fine, you know, we did agree to Thursdays. Fine.
Yeah,
I will. You know what? Fine." And then I said, "Kevin has a coworker dinner tonight. I have to do that first." And she was like, "Okay, I'll be ready when you get back." I call her. She talks to me for 3 seconds, and then she hangs up on me.
it was more than 3 seconds. I'm just saying I was cozy. It was warm. It's raining outside my house. And I got my Snuggie on and I was cozy. And now I have to sit here.
Well, you're still cozy because
and talk about cooking.
Which is your idea. We were going to talk about driving. And then you were like, if we're talking about baking, we have to talk about cooking first.
I agree. It should be baking and cooking together. And I hate driving anyway, so either way, I was going to hate the topic.
It was just going to be a rant session was all it was going to be. Tune in next week where Becca continues to complain about the topics we talk about. Next week I'll join her, though, because I also don't enjoy driving.
Okay.
Anyway, let's keep the food time rolling. And talk cooking. It is week 6. Last week I said week 4. I was wrong. It's week 6.
Wah, wah.
I know. Lame. Anyway, how would you describe a restaurant located on the moon, Becca?
How would I describe a restaurant located on the moon?
Mm-hmm.
Out of this world!
No. It has great food, but no atmosphere.
I thought mine was good.
It was good.
Give me clothes. I get half credit, half a gold star.
I feel like yes, but it wasn't original. No. I'll give you points for authenticity. Yes. Creativity. No.
It fit the joke.
Yeah, I said authenticity. It fit the joke.
I get credit for fitting
creativity.
The joke, but not...
Yeah, creativity was not there. It was washed away in the rainstorm.
No, yeah. No, when I got pulled out of my bed. Let's get this done. Let's get this a 30-minute show. See, you hit me. I saw that.
No, you hit me because I'm the one wobbling. Your witch powers are felt. See?
The timing, if you are not watching this on YouTube, the timing just now was impeccable. You might have to tune in just to see that.
She knocked me over, y'all. I told you she has witchy powers.
The kids think so too.
Exactly.
There's a theory going around. Okay,
anyway.
Focus. We're talking cooking.
Cooking. You had a question.
One of your favorite things to do. Oh, wait. You got a new cookbook this past weekend.
So I went to Disney this weekend and I went to Epcot this weekend, the bougie side.
Mine.
Yeah. However, it has come to my attention that I have an obsession, which I guess, can you count 2 an obsession? Anyway.
What? Do you have more than 2?
Not yet. It all comes down to if I go to Food and Wine next year.
Next year? Yeah, because you get one every year.
Every year, almost to the date. So in 2022, August 28th, I got my 50th edition Disney cookbook. And August 27th, 2023, I got my Wakanda cookbook. Both from Epcot. I have been Epcot.
Backwards? So should we go?
Yeah, so next year.
Next year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll see what cookbook's out. But I do. The Disney cookbook was fun. There's like a
The
Captain
50th,
Jack, the 50th
I was
one.
about to say the 50th one was really nice when you looked at it. And they had a lot of like, because at the time you were vegan,
I was
right?
vegetarian still, or
Oh, you were
pescatarian.
vegetarian. I'm sorry. You
Yeah.
were pescatarian. And they had a lot of vegetarian options in that
They had
book.
a lot of pescatarian. We counted. We went through
Yeah,
pescatarian. There was a bunch of options. The way that book is set up is it's a
tons.
storytelling book. So it's
Mm.
and it makes sense. It's for the 50th. It is telling the history and the story of classics and still mainstream stories and dishes and drinks throughout the 50 years of Disney's like timeline. So I really like that book because there's some old dishes that they don't make anymore that you got to see, but then there's current dishes that you can go into the parks and still get. So like
And
last year
try.
we did, yeah,
Yeah,
we were flipping through it. We switched over to Animal Kingdom and we got to go try the Mongobi Manchuri from Animal Kingdom, the
highly
lounge that they
recommend.
have in Animal Kingdom, and it was,
Yeah.
but it's purely because we saw a
I'm
picture of it.
Yeah, and I'm not a vegetarian or a
Mm-hmm.
pescatarian. Like I eat my meat and I still love those. They were so good.
So
They're like
good.
these cauliflower, like
Yep,
fried cauliflower
Lipton
barbecue-ish.
season,
They're
Asian inspired. Yeah,
worth it. Worth it.
so good.
I mean we that's all we got. We made a
And a drink.
reservation. We got that and a drink and some waters, and that's all we paid
Yeah.
for. Like we enjoyed our time. We sat
Hmm.
down because it was a sit down restaurant,
Hmm.
and it was lovely,
And it was
but
beautiful
that was
inside too.
delicious.
And I think
Oh
that
yeah,
really started me off on the path of wanting to go to all of the nice Disney restaurants. Now there's some I can skip. Like I know everyone wants to go to like the round, like the Cinderella's royal table. I
the
don't have much
castle.
desire for that, just because like I want to go for the unique food that these places have, not necessarily the experience. So like
Yeah.
in Epcot, their breakfast, their meet and greet for princesses, I'd actually be more interested in that one because they have that brown cheese versus the
Oh
royal
yeah, in
table.
Norway.
Yeah.
In Norway.
So
Yeah. They
that's kind
didn't
of where I
have that.
am.
So I've eaten in Norway before for
Uh-huh.
the royal breakfast thing, and they didn't have the cheese when I
Mm.
was there
Hmm.
because it was like all the buffet thing. And now I'm really interested. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to try
So
that.
that's on my bucket list of like I want to go to like a nice restaurant and try some of the things. So this past weekend I got the Wakanda cookbook. And the cool thing about that is so a year ago it was just me and I'm like we said pescatarian and it had a lot of things to offer. This year I'm dating my boyfriend who's dairy free and the Wakanda cookbook breaks everything down from vegetarian, vegan, dairy free and gluten free if you are gluten free. We don't really that's not one of our things, but the other three are
But
something we
the
lean into.
but the two things, you being pescatarian and
Mhm.
him not being able to have dairy is tricky
It's
when you're
basically we cook
looking for
vegan.
meals.
Yeah.
Yeah, for both of you, it's really tricky. But
Yep.
yeah, that book is go grab it so that our YouTube friends can see it. Like just how it's separated. And I'll explain it. So this book at the very beginning breaks it down. So it breaks it down by like sauces, main meal, desserts, all that stuff. But then within that category, it tells you if it's vegan, if it's vegetarian, if it's dairy free, if it's gluten free, all of that. And a lot of even the meat meals like are made with fish. Or
Or
you can even easily replace the
or
meat with
like unique
something else.
meats. It's
Yeah.
very African inspired. So before we do that one, this is the Disney. This I've actually made this one right here. This meal. It's like one of their
What is
summer
it?
salads. It
Oh, the summer
is
salad.
well, it's not salad actually, but it's tomato, um, cauliflower, broccoli, edamame, red onion, and like a sauce. And we did it all with frozen stuff. And I didn't love it with all the frozen stuff because it's supposed to be like more of a bite to it. But
Hmm.
it ended up being good still anyway. And we added, I think, shrimp to it. But I have the Canadian soup that you wanted to try.
Oh,
Bookmarked.
that is
So,
so good.
here it is.
That's the
The
crispy bacon soup, right?
cilantro coconut curry is the one that I was
Oh,
talking about.
check.
And then but the thing is like they have these beautiful pictures of it. So
Wait,
like this
that's
is
in that
our
piece of
land.
artwork's in the boat. Yeah, on
Okay,
the boat.
but this is like it's artwork and it's like of things around Disney. So that's the land or like the beignets. And like this book also had a whole section on plant-based eating and had a whole section on gluten-free eating. So it did have that. Also, I realized while I was there, we stopped at the Riviera Hotel. I should have literally hopped on and gone to New Port Orleans and gotten my beignets. I still haven't had them.
I forgot that you haven't had them yet. I'm
I was
sorry.
so sad. So the Wakanda cookbook, here it is in all its glory. Like I said, it is
A new one.
very African. Oh yeah, they sit next to each other on a shelf. I told Kevin he had to put them next to each other. They're siblings. There's some fun things. There's Samoas. So it starts with like the table of content. And then
But show them because I was talking
I
about
know,
how they show it. Yeah, yeah. You fell. Can you stop jumping?
Okay, well you're just gonna get a chain angle today for all of my friends because you obviously don't want to hang out up high where I want you. So if I don't look at you today, it's your fault. Okay.
You need to talk to Boy about that.
So here it is. It says let's see. Okay. Ooh, which way? So over here, it has the title, like what category it is, and then the name, which is hard to see, and then it says vegetarian, vegan is the V plus, non-dairy, and then gluten-free. And so you can easily go through, see what it is, what isn't. And then this also has a bit of storytelling up at the top, like why they're created the way they are, what's the importance, what does it do, what do you eat it with. So this is the bread that was in the picture that I wanted to know. Sorry.
But I know that you were really excited because Kevin always gets so frustrated that he can't find sauces.
Yeah.
Because a lot of sauces have dairy in them.
Mm-hmm. Or just like they're just like plain. We just tried this one. The Mazui Matai. Anyway, it's a tomato and sliced onion. It has cumin, cardamom, coriander, ginger, brown sugar, lemon juice, vinegar, and water. And so it's very acidic. Like it has a tang, but it's very much more acidic. And so we had that over rice, and then we had blackened tilapia from this book too. And it was very good.
But wait, because that's your first sauce that you've tried out of that book.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you were very excited for him because he always wants something new. But what was his rating on the sauce?
He liked it.
He liked 1 to 10.
I'm going to try and raise myself up again and see what happens. We raise you up on marker caddies.
Your teacher when.
He liked it. He liked it actually better than the fish. The fish was spicy. It was a blackened fish, and blackened fish is spicy. So that was inherently just that. He liked the sauce. It definitely kicked like the spice of the fish kind of worked with the acidity of the sauce. I thought the sauce was a little too acidic, but he liked it. So it worked well with the dish. It was definitely something you're going to have to be in the mood for. It's not like a basic dinner. It's definitely more of a something you have to be in the mood for, like I said.
You're having a rough day today. Your camera's having a rough day today. See, the camera agreed with me. We should have just laid down and stayed cozy today.
It's a good thing that most people listen to our podcast.
Yeah, they can lay down and listen to their podcast in their cozy bed
while it rains and it's just so nice outside. And I'm over here being a witch making you film this episode.
Sit up and podcast.
So
I hope so. I hope everybody's enjoying this in bed.
Disney
or while you're cooking.
Or while you're cooking. Try the Wakanda cookbook. Try all the cookbooks. There's some desserts in the Disney cookbook I might go back to and try. We went to Beast's Royal Table or Beast's Castle purely to try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe us?
Try it yourself.
Come on. I want you to say ask the dishes.
I'm sorry. I'm not in...
Just believe us. Okay, meal prepping. The thing that Becca actually does successfully.
I don't even like doing that.
Okay, she says that she doesn't like doing it, and you know what? She might not. I'm not going to test her. However, she gets so excited when she's like, I saved this much money, and it was only $2 a bag for dinner for the 4 of us for 14 nights.
I do like that. I like saving money. I like knowing how much I save. So I like figuring out the math for it all. I hate the prep work. I hate cooking. I just hate the work into it. But in the end, I'm just happy because at some point I've saved money, even though it's taken me all day. I literally have to give up an entire weekend day to be able to meal prep for a whole month because I have to go to
One
3 different
day
stores.
for a
A whole
whole
day.
month.
A whole day.
And then no, don't even, because one day Adam was like, I forgot to do the crock pot. And do you know how mad she was? She was like, I was ready for the crock pot meal. All I wanted was the crock pot meal. And so don't let her fool you. She may not like cooking. I will give that to her. However, she was excited for these meals. Also, it looks like I have a booger and it's just my nose ring and it's really distracting me.
Because I'm going to save money. That's why I'm excited about these meals. What is the point of me spending $250 for a month's worth of groceries, doing all that work to drive to 3 different stores, prep 40-something meals, put them in the freezer, make sure they're organized for him and accessible, okay? And do all this prep work so that we can save money that we don't have because we're poor. For him to just be like, no, I forgot to put it in the crock pot. All you had to do was put it in the crock pot. That is it. Take it out of freezer, put in pot. Hit power. Hit power. I pick the ones that take all day to cook because I know we're not going to be home all day. So I'm like, you just put it in the crock pot. It's already all there. All the ingredients are there. Just dump it in and hit power and leave. You come home to a home cooked meal. And this man couldn't even do that. Couldn't take it out of the freezer and put it in a pot and hit a button, a single button. Yes, that's why I was mad. Because then you turn around and then you spend what, $20 for a meal? Fast food is like $20 if you both get a meal. And I mean, we don't both get a meal, but even if we go to McDonald's, we're spending like $15 because we have to get a drink to split, fries to split, and then we each get like a food item.
Okay. So you want to tell people what your favorite meal is now to create the meal prep?
My favorite meal to eat or meal prep?
Meal prep first.
The crock pot meals.
Yeah, I know, but which one?
Which is my favorite to eat?
Or prep?
Ooh,
or
that's
both?
hard. I mean, because I prep them all in a single day. I don't have like an easy one to prep because I just do all of it at once. So like I literally go to our local Aldi, get all the basic materials, anything that we have to buy bulk of. So like we get a lot of sausage meat, we get a lot of chicken, we get a lot of beef to last the whole month. We then have to drive to BJ's because that's where I buy our stuff in bulk because it's just cheaper than buying a month's worth of food in one grocery stop. And then anything very specific that I can't get at Aldi's or BJ's, I then have to drive to Publix and get those very specific items. And I love Publix. I am a Publix girl all the way, but they are expensive. I think I got...
And Walmart doesn't have those items?
I don't like grocery shopping at Walmart. And it's already so crazy at Walmart that if I'm looking for something very specific, I will spend the little bit extra to have like nice clean aisles, not packed, friendly service. If I need, if I'm literally looking for something, I can ask anybody in that store and they'll be able to help me. Whereas when I'm at Walmart, good luck trying to find anybody to help you. Like,
Just
and then the
app.
people that are, I'm Publix. Yeah. So I don't grocery shop at Walmart.
Then what's your favorite one to eat? Like if Adam really forgets this crockpot meal, you're hell in a handbasket.
I don't really have a favorite. I like them all.
Food.
Food is food.
I
didn't have to cook it. We're good.
Prepping it was enough. I I want to like crock pot meals, but I don't eat meat. And so most of the crock pot meals are like beans and like taco stew. And like, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love me a good taco soup. I can't eat taco soup for a month.
Well, you can find alternative. Don't they
I
have,
tried.
Okay.
I also like cooking, so I mean, it's not really that big of a deal for me.
Yeah, see? I
The
feel
other
like
issue
that's
is
more the reason.
try finding a dairy-free, meat-free crock pot situation that you can then add meat to later. Our household is anti crock pot.
I was gonna say my lasagna, and then I went cheese.
Cheese, meat.
But you can have our lasagna because we don't have to make the sauce with the meat. We just like to have the sausage in the sauce. So that's why you can't have ours. But we can make it without it.
We do currently have 2 crock pots. It could be doable, but just it doesn't seem sometimes necessary. So it's what it is. Don't
you both like cooking?
His mom got him a 1 man in a can cookbook out of college.
Nice.
He doesn't mind it. He will do it. So I've gotten lazy when it comes to walking my dog since I've moved in with him. He has gotten very lazy when it comes to cooking since I've moved in. So
but
there's
does he
one
walk
dish.
The dog?
I've started walking Charlie again with him. We'll do it together. But he's also gotten better now that I've complained for him to start cooking some too. So he does come in the kitchen more often. His one meal that is him and him alone, he makes the salmon, the rice, and the vegetable. Like if we're having salmon and it's just salmon, rice, and vegetable, that is all him. I don't go in the kitchen. I don't go near him. That's him. Now, if he's trying a new recipe, he'll usually complain if I'm not in the kitchen. He's just like needy and just needs my presence around. And I'm like, why? Why do you need me near you? You just want me to stand here and stare at you. Like, that's boring. So, but then anything else I do, I primarily do. I complain and I want him in the kitchen. When I say I want him in the kitchen, though, I want him in the kitchen at least doing something. Peel the potatoes, make the rice, do something useful. And slowly he's being more and more useful. When we made the blackened fish, so I did the sauce and he did the blackened fish. And I come in and he's like throwing a hissy fit. Like granted, it's 9:00 at night and he's hungry. And he's like throwing a hissy fit. He's like, it doesn't work. I don't know if the fish is cooked. I hate cooking fish on the counter. I'm at this point, I was already half a White Claw in and I said, leave. I got this. Turned my music on, started dancing. He laughed at me and I said, I got this. So in that case, no, I do like cooking. I used to meal prep. I would make 1 meal for lunch and dinner and eat that 1 meal the whole week. And I could do that. And I loved that. But he likes variety and the 2 of us eat like so much more from some stinking reason, 2 people more than 1. Gosh. So I've meal prepped a lot less because I like diversity. He eats too much food. So.
Oh, so we do the crock pot feeds like a family of 4.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, sometimes it feeds 6 people. I'm like, there's only 2 of us. So we will literally have it for dinner and then you get it for lunch the next day. And then whatever's left after dinner and lunch, because sometimes it goes like on the shelf. And then if you're like not in the mood or you didn't like the crock pot meal the night before, you get that other option for lunch. Or by like Friday or Thursday, we'll be like, okay, leftover night.
Leftovers. Yep. So like the fish lasted, we had a Tuesday night. We had it Tuesday night. And then I had it for lunch on Wednesday. Well, I'll say I didn't eat it Tuesday night. I just wasn't in the mood and dinner sometimes has been iffy for me. So he had it Tuesday for dinner. I had it Wednesday for lunch. He had it Wednesday for dinner. And I had it today for lunch. I had the rest of the sauce and the rice. And then we're going to both use the fish tomorrow, the last of the fish for salads.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, sometimes it lasts us a good chunk of time, but sometimes it doesn't. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Grocery shopping this weekend because
I have found, I do all the cooking. I hate shopping. And he does all the shopping.
Oh, that's nice.
It's so nice.
literally have broken down all the ingredients that we need for all of our crockpot meals
Mhm.
for the whole month. I have broken them down by department. So, like produce,
Uh-huh.
dairy, grains, all of that. And then I've starred the ones. So, like, there's a little star symbol next to the ones that, like, you don't have to buy every time because, like,
Mhm.
you don't need Worcestershire sauce every time. Like, so the star is like, check the cabinet before you leave the house
Yeah.
to make sure you don't buy more of
Or
that sauce that you don't
don't
need.
need. Yeah, no. I hate shopping so much that I would just mobile order from Walmart once a week, just mobile order,
Mm.
and then everything would just magically appear in my car. And it was great.
I don't know. I like shopping, but I think it's just because I like to get out of the house, and
I
it
end
gives
up with
me
more
a
stuff in my
reason.
cart.
That too. But it gives me more reason and purpose to like get up, go for a walk, get out of the house. Like whereas normally I'd just be lazy and lay in my bed.
Okay, with mobile order, I had to go pick it up, which I
You had
didn't
to
always
drive your car.
hard. And I got to take Charlie with me. I did not like that it was like one item per bag sometimes because it would be so many pickers would be picking and it would just whatever they had to get would go in a bag versus like it all in it. But Walmart just started this new feature where you can get it bagless and you can bring your own
Hmm.
bags and they'll even load it in. It's not like they'll just throw it in your car and you have to load it. Like I've said, here are my bags, and he loaded them all into the bags and then put them in my trunk.
Oh, so you know what's really interesting? My coworker, she's a short person, so she doesn't like grocery shopping because it's a struggle for her. She can't reach some of the
Mhm.
higher items on shelves. The cart is big and heavy and all of that. And so she mobile ordered from Walmart and had it delivered to her house.
Yeah, you can
She
do that too.
loved it.
That one costs a
She
little
was
bit,
like,
but
it was great. Yes, but again, to her
yeah,
that was worth
it was
it.
worth it. So when I in college, I lived with a friend, and her and her parents. It was like a whole home, and they loved mobile ordering to the doorstep because she said that I will overshop, overspend, overbuy things that I don't need, and this way I don't do that. And she said for her, it's hassle free. They just bring it all in. I didn't mind driving to the grocery store because I'm like, I'm balling on a budget. So like I'll be bougie enough to get someone else to pick it for me, but I'm not bougie enough to get someone to drive it to me.
To me. That's okay. But see, I'm so much of a budgeter that
Yeah.
like I have my list of this is what we need to get, and
Uh-huh.
I have it broken down by how much you're allowed to spend at each store.
Yeah.
So if I get an item cheaper than I expected and I save $2 or $1, then
Mhm.
I get something
Thing
like
from
I
that
can
store,
treat
yeah.
myself $2 worth or $1 worth. And if I can't find anything worth it or I'm not in the mood for anything, guess what? That goes back into my
$2
budget. But
saved,
that's
yeah.
just yeah, but that's just because I know like I don't have wiggle room. Like
Yeah.
we don't have that flexible budget where I can just go grocery shopping and not know how much an onion is or how much the butter costs or
Mhm.
how much milk freaking costs. Milk is stupid expensive. And we're talking regular dairy milk, not even your almond milk or other stuff that you have to buy. Like,
Mhm.
we're talking regular dairy milk is stupidly overpriced nowadays. Stupid. I remember paying
Ooh, I just
a
got
little
chocolate
under
almond milk.
$2. But what I'm saying is it's you're not even getting a whole gallon
No.
in the almond milk family. Like
Kevin
at least I
Kevin
can buy a gallon.
Yeah, I'm lucky in that the fact that, like I said, I don't shop anymore. Kevin, I'm always a baller on a budget. I'm very particular. I want to know how much I'm spending, what I'm spending, how I'm spending it, and
Mhm.
Kevin has the flexibility, praise the Lord, in his life to be able to be flexible in his spending habits. Which sometimes like it's not
Lucky.
fair. You want to split it, but then you want to pay more. That's not fair. I didn't choose this lifestyle. So like we always go to Publix. I'm like, Publix is so expensive.
So expensive, and I love Publix. I just
So I
wish they
say
were little.
I will buy the Sam. We go to Sam's probably twice a month. I will pay for our Sam's trips.
Sam's
Everything
can
else is
be
on you.
expensive too,
Yeah.
but
So
Sam's can be expensive.
we usually spend about $200 once, maybe twice a month at Sam's. The second time is usually the start of the next month, but sometimes it'll be on the cusp. But we'll do that. We'll get fish. We'll get a whole thing of fish. But even like we eat so much salmon though in this household that one salmon from Sam's lasts us a week, maybe two. It's like we eat it so fast.
And that's the problem. Like I get budgeted. We get $100 at Aldi's. We get $60, a little over $60. Sometimes I push it to 70, depending on what I want to get, because they have this grilled chicken that's frozen. So they have like frozen grilled chicken, and it's not fried, it's grilled, and in the air fryer, it's absolutely delicious. It goes great with rice. It goes great with salad. It goes, it's amazing by itself even. And so, but it's like $25 for a bag of this chicken, and it doesn't last us long because we both love that grilled chicken. It's so good. And the cat does too. She loves the grilled chicken.
So,
but like,
there's,
it's one of those things where I can only get the bare minimum, and very occasionally can I treat myself at BJ's or Sam's and get that bag of grilled chicken that I love so much.
He ended up finding, because he was getting like the turkey from Publix, found out it was actually cheaper at Sam's. So sure, some of the things are cheaper that way.
It's dirt.
So
go to Aldi. It's dirt cheap. Grilled turkey.
Well, I want to say it's like $4 for like 3-4 pounds. It's like too big. It's definitely like price analysis, and he is really good about that. Like he can be like, I think it's cheaper here, I think it's cheaper there, I know it's this much here and this much there, and so he's really good at it. It's just sometimes he's a snacker, and that's honestly where our biggest things come from, is that he is a snacker, and so a lot of it comes from that. But okay, let's put a pause on meal. I could talk about planning and prepping and
meal prepping all day.
Budgeting is my favorite. Like budgeting is my
I love budgeting.
We should talk.
I like knowing how much we save. We have to do a whole
episode because we can do that.
And I'll pull my grocery list.
There is a meal that you will cook voluntarily.
No.
Yes.
There is no meal I will cook voluntarily.
There is one singular meal that you will not B-word and complain about the whole way through. In fact, if someone does try to help you on this meal, you often complain.
So I don't complain making it, but I complain if you try to help me make it.
Correct.
I don't think it's still voluntary, though.
Like out of love. You wouldn't do it if you wanted it, but like you're like, I know that they like it, so I'll do it.
Yeah, but that's not voluntarily.
I'm not holding a gun to your head while you make it.
No, but I know how much you love it. It's grilled cheese and tomato soup, is it not?
It is.
Yeah.
It's so tasty. And spaghetti. You'll do spaghetti. Soup.
But again, it's not voluntarily. Like, I don't want to make it. It's when you come over, I do it because I know how much you love it.
But if Adam started to make it because you're dragging your feet and you complain, and Adam started to make it, you go, no, get out of the kitchen. You don't do this right. Boys, they always put the pot here, and this spoon does this, and it needs more seasoning. And why do you have to pick this pot and this butter knife? And I need this butter, not that butter. Because Adam,
you're very loud and whiny this episode, just so that you're aware. It's like the third time you're like, bah, bah, bah.
And you know what that voice is?
That's you trying to imitate me, but it's not me.
Because Adam, because I have to make it different. We sound the same. Because Adam's like,
that's a good test.
I see.
No, what we should do? We should do a test and see if people know the difference.
I see. Adam's like, I see how much. I don't think we actually sound the same, but we sound similar. Adam will be like, I see how much she doesn't like it. I love her. I'll help. And then you go psycho on him. And I'm like, Adam, you should have just sat and enjoyed the grilled cheeses.
Have you seen this man butter a piece of bread? I'm sorry. I love him very much. And he's like right over there. Luckily, he can't really hear me. It's right there. But this man, when he butters a piece of bread, first off, he doesn't coat the whole bread, and he doesn't get all the way to the edge. I'm making a grilled cheese. It's going to be on the stove for a hot minute. I need it fully covered and evenly covered. He'll like have a chunk of butter right here and then like no chunk of butter somewhere else. And I'm like, how is this possible? It's not that hard to evenly spread butter across bread. Apparently
It's not that
Apparently
hard
it
for
is.
you.
It's a task. Apparently. Oh, and then when you ask him to make the grilled cheese, he's in such a hurry to get the grilled cheese made that he'll put the stove on super high and burn all of the grilled cheeses, and then the cheese doesn't melt, but the bread is burnt. And it's like you have to have patience while making grilled cheese. It's a medium low heat, steady patience. And
So
he's like, nope.
guys, you can see that she maybe not. I would still say
Voluntary.
voluntary. I would
No.
still say not her favorite, but she'll do it because she just doesn't trust anyone else enough to do it for her.
Well, that and I care about, like, I care about you and Adam.
Yeah.
But the two of you love grilled cheese and tomato soup. I don't know why, but the two of you love it.
Love it. But you know
Yeah,
what's funny?
and so
If my mom hasn't been listening to our podcast, so I can roast her for a second.
oh,
She gets like
Yep.
into it. And the last episode I know she listened to was when we were talking about my niece like sleeping in your class.
oh yeah.
She laughed at it, but as far as she got, she didn't get any farther than that. So I can roast her. Anyway,
Wow.
during COVID, I was home. I lived at home, and she would make grilled cheeses when she was home. And so sometimes she would make them, and I'm like, oh, this is like the best thing ever. And then sometimes she'd do too much to it, and I'm like,
What is this?
but also it's the fact that there's always tomato soup, and you add seasonings. And no, you want to know what this jerk face did to me? You,
Oh, which jerk face? Me?
you, Becca.
What did I do?
So I love Becca's grilled cheese and tomato soup. Okay.
If you haven't figured that out yet.
I was begged to come watch her cats. She begged on her hands and knees for me to come watch her cats. And
I did beg, but not on my hands and knees.
I said, you know what? Because I'm such a loving soul that if
Oh,
you
yeah.
provide grilled cheese and soup, I will come watch your children. She said, you know what? For you, my dear, I can do that. I said, okay.
No. I distinctly remember, I distinctly remember saying I can't do the grilled cheeses because they won't be like.
Yeah, but you'll leave all the ingredients.
Yes. We'll have the ingredients and I'll make the soup.
And I was fine with that. So I arrive so excited, salivating, ready to enjoy my week of RV living, cat watching, soup eating, cheesy goodness. I open the fridge and there's old pink dip and no tomato soup. Not a bit of the tomato soup. And you open the cabinet and you can see all the ingredients.
I bought all of them.
No soup.
And I forgot to make it.
So then I said, okay, I'm sad, but it's fine. At least the ingredients are bought. So I said, hey, send me your recipe. Okay, I will. I don't get it that night. FaceTime the next night. Hey, how do you do your soup? Crickets.
I don't know.
I left with no soup and no grilled cheeses because you can't eat grilled cheeses without soup. I watched her children for her and got no soup.
I don't know how to make my soup.
I would say they were made with love, but I don't think there's love coming out of you.
That's what it is. It's made with
bitterness.
With bitterness, yeah. That's how I make it. You can't make it with love. You have to make it with bitterness and resentment for people.
So, well, she was off gallivanting the world, living her best life. I was soupless and grilled cheeseless.
But you had all the kitty love.
And BJ's love. But no soup.
Oh yeah, my friend BJ came into town too that week we were gone.
But no soup.
Everybody was in town.
I couldn't even share my glorious soup with him. Because it was gone.
I I bought ingredients because both you and BJ
God.
were the things, and I bought you guys all that stuff, and then I forgot to make
God.
soup.
It's probably because she packs the last minute before her trips.
I do not.
No, you worry
Oh,
about sewing something brand new last minute before your trip that has to get input in your suitcase.
maybe that, but I do not pack last minute. I am a very early packer. I pack like a whole month ahead of time, and then I add and edit and fix along the way. Like,
Sorry, packing last minute, no. Creating her itinerary to sew and then make and then put in the suitcase. How many minutes did you have before you got on the Disney cruise?
look, I made 1, 2,
We're not talking about it.
3
Cooking.
dresses. I made 3 dresses and a coat was my goal. 4 items, okay? And I just ran out of time. I had the coat was made. It just needed the extra embellishments, and that's what I couldn't finish. The embellishment.
Do you hear the sass, y'all?
I'm just saying, you're saying a kind of person I am, and I'm not. Just like that student called you a what? A something
She
B?
called me.
A
He
shady.
called me shady.
A
Called me
shady.
shady.
Yeah. A shady B. And you're like, look, I am a B. I will accept that any day of the week, but I'm not shady. I'm just saying, don't call me
Sorry.
what I'm not.
Not a late packer. Not a tardy
I'm not.
packer. Just a tardy crafter.
Yes. I might be a last minute crafter. I am a tardy crafter, not a
Okay,
tardy packer.
Back to cooking. What are some things we want to try?
Try to cook or try to eat?
Yes.
2 different things.
Yes.
Try to cook, nothing. There is nothing on my goals. I have 0 goals of cooking anything.
0 goals or aspirations. Just let me whisk away into the wind.
Just let me eat whatever you make, okay? I am happy. What are your goals? I will eat them. Done. Check. Vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free. I will try it all, okay?
I'm looking at my Disney cookbook and I've eaten both the dishes on the front cover.
You're missing one, though. There's a cupcake.
I haven't had this one, but I've had... Well, these aren't out anymore.
They're
But
just
I've had
cupcakes.
this one.
You can get them anywhere.
I know, and I've heard they aren't that very good. Aren't very good.
No, they really
I think
aren't.
the Canadian cheddar soup is probably high on my list.
Oh,
beignets are high on my... Ooh, the maybe not.
But Kevin can't have the soup, the Canadian soup.
No, but who said I was making it for him?
Good. Can you make
the
it for me?
hummingbird cake?
Okay, but you're saying a lot of baking. We're focusing
I realize that.
cooking.
I gotta... Remember how last episode I said I want to make creme brulee?
Yes.
I just found a pumpkin version of it in my cookbook.
What?
Anyway.
Girl, don't play with me. It might not be a Christmas gift anymore.
Playing with you. 1 second.
When does the pumpkin creme brulee come out? Does it say where to get it?
Pumpkin creme brulee.
Find this? Where do we find this?
Posting a photo of your amarettes. Ooh, where is that? Is that in that's in one of the castles. No, it's at the Contemporary, I think.
Adam. Where's amarettes?
Okay. Is
I've
proof
got him
that
on
you've
it.
enjoyed the gorgeous pastries, which are almost too pretty to eat. The chefs really shine this season's creations, like the classic creme brulee with pumpkin, crunchy cookies, and sugared pecans. Okay, my guess is that it's at the Contemporary. Where's your not Contemporary? The Grand Floridian. What's your guess?
My guess is the Grand as well, though.
Okay.
He's looking it up.
Nope, it's Disney Springs. Amaretts Pastries, Disney Springs. I found it. Never mind.
Okay, so when are we going? I'm going to Disney Springs tomorrow.
Is it?
Don't make that face at me. Stinks to be far away, doesn't it?
I'll be back soon.
Well, then we can go a second time. I'll let you know if it's good or not.
And I want my beignets.
But we're not talking baking.
I'm looking. I'm literally looking right now.
Okay, I would love to eat at the really expensive restaurant at the Grand and try their steak because I hear it's out of this world, and I would like to give it a shot. Is it really, or is it just the steak?
Ooh, one of my favorite things to make right now, I know we're talking about trying things to cook, is salmon katsu. It's like it's flour. No, it's egg washed, and then you roll it in panko, and then you fry it, and it's just like it's moist. We've had the issue of our salmon being dried. Well, Kevin's salmon being dried, which he's very self-conscious about this. So he's like, goal is to make better salmon. But anyway, when we fry it, it comes out just so crispy on the outside, gooey and moist on the inside. And that's been my favorite thing to do. The Grand Floridian has that bar, like a lounge that goes along with the restaurant. And I've heard some of their stuff is good on like that. You can get some of the stuff. I don't know if you can get the steak. Obviously, you want to sit down and have like the good. But
well, I just want to know, is it worth the hype and the money, or does it just taste like a steak? Because that happens a lot of places. Like you go somewhere and it's like, okay, I want the steak because I've heard it's amazing, and you get it and it's like, it's just a steak. Like I could get this.
Ooh, I want to try a Ronto wrap.
What's a Ronto wrap?
From Galaxy's Edge. The Ronto wraps.
Yeah, we already know it's at Disney Springs.
You didn't hear that side of the conversation. I said it.
How far after was that?
He was slow. Yeah.
That was slow.
From my Wakanda cookbook, there's one we're gonna make soon. Oh, I want to make the Samoas. Kevin said he wanted the raviolis, and I said there's cheese in them.
You'll have to get the fake cheese.
Yeah. Next, we're gonna make chicken curry. There's a village style curried chicken in here that we're gonna do next week. He's really excited about that one. There's one other one that we're gonna do soon. I don't know how I feel about chilled watermelon soup.
Ooh. I don't like warm fruit. I don't like cooked pineapple. I don't like cooked oranges. I don't like clearly watermelon soup. There is one warmed fruit you will eat and enjoy. Apple pie, but I have to have vanilla ice cream with it.
There's one other warm fruit you'll eat.
What's that?
Blueberry muffins from Jordan's Pond.
Oh, Jordan's Pond. You're right. Facts right there. I am not a big blueberry. Look. I am not a big blueberry muffin person. Like,
and you went in saying you didn't like warm fruit.
Yeah. And I went in saying I don't like warm fruit. I'm not a big blueberry muffin person because, again, it's warm fruit. But, I won't say no to a bite or two. But, don't buy me my own muffin because I'm not going to eat it. I'm not a big blueberry muffin person. Mm-hmm. We were in Maine. And we went to this mom and pop shop. There was a line out the door. It was super popular.
There wasn't a line out the door, but it was busy.
No, there was when I pulled up.
Well, it was busy, and then there was lines of cars, but then they sat and they were moving.
No, I cut 3 groups of people off. So you guys had gone in, and I had run to the grocery store to pick up something. Okay. And then when I came back, you already had a table, but there were still 3 groups outside. Mm-hmm. And I walked past them and they all gave me the dirtiest. Yeah.
But I mean, what did you think about these blueberry muffins?
They are cream of the crop. I will literally drive to Maine for these blueberry muffins. I will not go for lobster rolls. I won't go for the national park. No. I will drive to Maine for these blueberry
So on our last day, we had to leave relatively early because we had plans that afternoon in another place. And Becca and I had made the executive decision. Mom likes to drive early and get up early, so we will send her crazy butt to Jordan's Pond to get blueberry muffins.
But she also volunteered.
She did.
She said, if I'm not paying, I'll drive.
And we said, we'll pack.
And pay.
So we did.
I gave her the money so that she could pick up our blueberry muffins, and we packed camp.
And she did too.
And she got out of camp. Yeah. Oh, they were so good. So good. So good. I dream about these blueberry muffins. Every time someone's like a blueberry muffin, I'm like, no, you don't know what a blueberry muffin is.
You don't understand the delicacy that I have tasted.
You don't. Oh, God, it's so good. And that, you know what? That's also the problem with traveling places and going to these small mom and pop places or these holes in the wall. You try something and it ruins that thing for the rest of your life.
Did it
You're like,
theoretically ruin it though if you didn't like it to begin with?
I mean, yeah, but now I really don't like it. Now I'm like, no, you don't know that is trash. That is a fake
Read it
imitation.
again.
That is a painting that you're throwing, that you're eating a painting because that's what that tastes like. You don't know. You don't know.
So now my goal in life is to make Jordan Pond blueberry muffins.
Call him.
So
get a recipe.
Okay, a little throwback to last week because I made cheesecake. We talked about this in the last episode. A key lime pie. I actually made them after that episode.
Yes, how did it go?
They went really well, and all of my coworkers were obsessed. Like they didn't even make it out of school that day.
Yeah, we didn't get a single piece.
They didn't even make it to band practice that night. And so, which probably would not, it was probably best for you that they were gone before I got to band practice. Anyway, they were like, you could honestly just quit your job and do this. And I'm like, maybe now I can convince my hubby, my mans, to say a stay-at-home mom because I can bake these goods. I can't sell them while I'm still there because, like legality and conflict of interest and yada, yada, yada. However, if I can, I'm gonna lure them in now with all these free treats, muffins and pastries and key lime pies, and be like, "Come here, my precious little children," and then I'm gonna quit and be like, "Pay me."
Smart. Okay.
But until then, I want to make chocolate chip cookies. But anything else you want to talk about cooking?
Not cooking.
I said anything. I'm going back. I'm going back. I had to let everyone
meals
know.
we want to try.
We've gone through our list.
We have? We finished?
Yep. That's it.
Well, that is it. I'm going to my bed. It has been fun laughing with you.
It's been fun chatting with you begrudgingly.
And
that's what you should say.
Though I do love this podcast, my bed is calling me.
I'm really sad.
Talk to you guys next week.
I was enjoying it. I'm not done because Kevin's gonna get on here and he's gonna play video games and I'm gonna be alone.
You're up to 4 of that whiny voice on one.
But that was for me. That was my whiny voice.
I'm just saying, I do love you, and you're upset because this is a topic you like. Wait till we get to a topic I like again. Like, I love traveling. I
understand. I'm done talking about cooking. We're not even on the topic of cooking anymore. Good riddance.
Yeah, we're like,
goodbye.
Here, there.
Doesn't matter anymore. I feel like baking was dragged on forever. I get it. I love you, and I don't want to stop talking to you.
Aww, that's so sweet. You're breaking my heart. Now you're just making me feel bad.
And now you're like,
click.
You love me?
Stop
just
making
kidding.
me feel that.
I'm just
gonna cut this all out.
I know, it's fine. Or save it forever for our mementos. So whatever you're like, I hate this jerk. You can see loving Alexis on.
But she loves me.
She loves me. She loves me not.
That I jokingly said because we live in the state of Florida, so AP Psychology has been off and on, and off and on. So last time when we were talking to school, I jokingly said to the AP teacher, I'm like, I'm gonna make you a sign that says like AP Psychology, and then it's got a flippy side, where like stores open or close. But instead of open and close, it's gonna say counts as a credit, doesn't count as an AP credit, counts as an AP credit. And then I was thinking, it would be really funny for Valentine's Day, make him like one of those flowers with different petals. That
it's a credit. In the middle, not a credit.
In the middle, have it say AP Psychology, and then as you pull it out, it's like counts, doesn't count, counts, doesn't count. Just as a joke. I'm really tempted to do it though.
You should get record its reaction though.
Okay, I'll post it on our TikTok.
Sounds good. All right, it's been fun. I will let you go get in your bed, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
Bye.